Welcome, guys.
Thank you so much for being a Patreon on our wonderful podcast. We are eternally grateful, and we are bringing you some fantastic bonus moles.
We are. We're giving you early access to our episodes as well as bonus moles of the week.
And some discounted live tickets to our live shows, our festival live shows, Big Night Out, as well as some live shows of the podcast itself. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we will see you on the episode.
Peace out, moles.
This is an emergency broadcast.
Amazing. Welcome to Patreon,
Moles.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be back here for all of our lovely Patreon people. Thank you for your support.
We love you, Patreons.
We do.
We are going to give you our favourite pieces of content that are not on the regular podcast. And we're super excited for this one.
We're super excited. So this one, we're gonna roll into this. This
from
one,
Australia.
This is from Australia because we know what OG. We're like the OG moles.
We know we've
what,
gone to the source for this one for the OG moles.
So let's have a bit of a play.
Here's my mole of the week. And this time it's a manager from my work. So
Yeah. Already.
Dumb mole. I think like managers already is like, oh, as soon as you say that, you're like, oh, something's gonna be bad. Great.
This fucking person, a full-blown power-drunk fucking mole.
I love that we've already had mole twice and fucking twice in the first 6 seconds of this.
Australia, the land of poets.
I feel like this is going to be quite sweary and I'm kind of here for it.
Zero fucking clue how to lead. So,
that's the thing. I feel like managers who don't have any managing skills can somehow become managers.
Those who can't do, those that can't teach.
Yeah, those that can't do teach, like...
Weeks ago, we're in the middle of a proper customer, real situation, real fucking clusterfuck. Anyway.
I understand what he's saying, but I feel like... Shut up, you all. I don't know if anyone else knows exactly what he's talking about because he's just swearing at this point, but I understand it as an Australian.
I love that, we're only, a few seconds into it and he's already got, 20 swears in. Yeah, it's actually really impressive.
I know, it's very impressive.
Right. Pressure's through the roof. Everyone's hanging on by a thread, doing whatever we can to just try and keep our shit together. So, a few of us were having a bit of a quick chat. Just sort of trying to decompress, reset.
That's so important, for work. I can just imagine if you're in these, high stress environments, you just got to, But I think that not many people have the humour that we do to, break that,
Yeah, exactly. But even, when you've had a bad show as well.
Yeah.
I can't even... I don't know if you're the same, but I can't even listen to music or anything. My favourite trick is leaving my headphones in. If I'm abroad, I'm not driving, I'll leave my headphones in, and wherever way I'm getting home, if it's an Uber or train or bus, whatever, I leave the headphones in. I'm just I used to walk after the Fringe every day to get the bus to where my flat was in Edinburgh. And I'd walk underneath the castle and I never listened to music. I would just be I'd have done 3 or 4 shows that day and I used to just walk and I'd be walking past all the people who'd be getting ready to go into the Fringe and I was already done. I was walking home from war.
Yeah, I think I would if I have a bad show and I'm traveling, I literally would just put a hoodie on.
Yeah. You go full Mr. Robot.
In the back and you're there. And then I would just go to McDonald's and hope that no one from the show was at McDonald's and I just get some dirty fucking McFlurry.
Just shame eating nuggies with a McFlurry.
Honestly,
just trying to feel some dopamine from the food.
Only thing that and I actually heard Trevor Noah talk about that in an interview and he said after doing such big shows, you need something. If it's whether it's alcohol or cocaine or whatever, or in his case it was sugar, because that just helps you sort of come back off the high that you've got.
Yeah, it's like methadone off the
and I was
sure.
And or if you take too many shrooms, you take the sugar to kind of get you off it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Trevor Noah. Thanks for the sugar addiction now, because I'm now I give myself permission to have sugar.
Trevor Noah does it.
Trevor Noah does it.
Not lose our shit.
Oh, okay.
Then this fucking mole, she storms in. Hears a bit of noise and decides to crack down on us all. So she tells someone...
Do you understand? I feel like I need to translate. I feel like it's pretty...
Yeah, so the manager got angry because they were having a little bit of a chat.
Yeah, exactly.
School teacher
vibes. Came down on them.
Just for fucking talking.
Oh, God,
so
that's kind of horrible.
Not mucking around, not being useless, just fucking having a chat, having a bit of a chin wag. And our team.
This is so like Australian. I fucking love it. And this is your mate, not mine.
Why are you trying to come in here and be a fucking chin wagon?
It's like our role is like we literally have to communicate to function. So anyway, no context, no.
Imagine if that's like in a call center or something. It's like, can you fucking be quiet? It's like someone's dying on like an emergency like thing.
The next time someone talks in the middle of one of my live shows, I'm gonna go, we literally have to communicate to function.
Support, just another fucking dead shit power play from someone who wouldn't know team morale from if a bit on the fucking ass. So while we're putting out fires, she's worried about people just having a chat. Honestly, get fucked, Mole. So, for killing vibes, adding nothing, and making a bad day fucking worse, you're my mole of the week.
I love that. I love that. Just
I love that.
up,
I love the sign off as well. For bad vibes.
In conclusion,
Yeah.
this person is my mole of the week. Yeah, I mean, I like, again, like, I think like we've spoken about this a little bit before, but like I don't envy people who work in that corporate environment where they have to like tiptoe around.
No, it's really hard, and like there's so many pitfalls as well, and I feel that like you have to just be so careful with what you say and how you say it, and it's even worse the higher you go up in management. Like if you say something to someone, you know, you say to them like, I'm not happy about it, like they'll be like, you're harassing me, you're bullying me, or like, it's great, like you can't give anyone any, like, you have to be very tactile about how you give negative feedback to someone. Like when I was I remember working in bars in Australia, and my manager's name, was Dave, and I remember one of the lads that he's just like, fuck's sake, Steve, it's fucking bullshit, you lazy fucking cunt. And he just like lashed him out of it. And then your man's like, oh, fuck off. And then he just cleaned it. But he just got it done, like.
But I mean, I feel like hospitality is like, can be like verbal abuse.
Like,
I
worked on building sites in Australia. I did concrete up in Broome in Western Australia, and literally had a guy strangle me. He actually ended up dying.
Where's HR in that now?
He actually ended up dying, like we found out like a couple of years later. And I was like, maybe you shouldn't have been such a prick. It's strangled Irish backpackers who were just trying to fucking, but we were like shoveling concrete in like 40 plus degree heat. Humidity was like 85%, but like there's no HR there. The only reason we got that job is me and my English mate Mark, who you've met in London. He's a chippy, like I wasn't at all, and the boss gave us a job because he thought it was funny that an Englishman and an Irishman would be applying for a job to work together, and the lads put a bet on how long it would take for us to wrap a shovel around each other's head. It was about 3 days, and I lost. I ended up having like we were so hungover, we ended up like having a scrap. And they were like, yeah, like, but like people talk about like HR and anxiety, and I'm like, man, the bullying I encountered, I remember the lads would overfill buckets of concrete, so they weighed like 40-50 kilos, and then they would just throw them at you, like, so you're like, you could barely lift it, and like it was just pretty
brutal. I mean, that's the same with like chefing and stuff. Like I remember like when I was doing like cert 2 in hospitality, like back when I was like 18, and like I just remember like the chef, like I would listen to the chefs talking to the sous chefs or like that, and they would be like, "You fucking cunt! What are you fucking doing? What the fuck?" And you're just like there, and you're like, "This is abuse."
Oh yeah, proper full on.
I mean, you look at Gordon Ramsay and stuff as well. Like in his
I hate
days,
that shit. Like is this like listen? I understand sometimes you need to get your message across, but I hate bullying. You're just humiliating someone and screaming at them, and like it's not okay.
It's not okay. Like, but you know what? We're here and we're comedians.
Who's the worst? Because one thing I will say for us as performers, right? We don't have a manager per se. You're your own manager.
Of course, yeah.
However, we have to deal with managers in every single venue and every single festival, every company that you do a corporate for, every workshop you do it for, you're doing with a teacher or whatever.
And you're like working with so many different people, and you're working with like people like venue owners, but then there's also like comedy promoters.
Venue managers are different kettle of fish.
Like techs and stuff.
You can have an amazing venue owner, and then the manager is just a horrible power trip and fucking prick.
But the good thing with like us is that like, you know, even if there is some kind of contract, you can probably just be like, nah.
We just go, I just don't want to do this, thanks.
So I didn't sign a contract, but I did a show in Cologne, and like literally I hadn't really heard from her, but we'd like locked in the date like 3 months prior, and then
we're ticket selling.
Selling. So like I think it was like a week out, I'd sold like 75 tickets or something like that, and then she was like, she's like, oh, that's not really enough to warrant the show, and I was like,
75 tickets.
Is not
It's
enough.
not 7.
Because we were doing a split, like a 70-30 split, which meant she got 30% and like whatever. And then...
That's how it works, everyone listening, by the way. To anyone who thinks that we get like all of the door, like
it doesn't. Like you have to pay. And I was like, what do you mean? And then it went up to like by the time we were like going back and forth, I was like, then we'd sold 90 tickets. And she was like, no, like this was 3 days before the show. She's like, no, that's not enough to cover my costs. You need to cancel the show.
What?
And I was 90, like, 90
that's 90
tickets.
people drinking in your venue.
Exactly, right?
Wow.
And she was like, I need a guarantee. And she like, and at this point I'm like, are you fucking insane? Like the show is on the Friday.
Just call in sick. If you don't want to be there that night, just call in sick or get someone to cover you.
And then it got to the point where I was like, you know, and I was like, maybe I should get like, you know, my German friend to like call her. And then like she did. And then she like calls me, the venue owner, and like she's screaming down the phone. She's like, do not give my number to anyone who I don't know. Wow. And she's like yelling down the phone.
Insane.
And like in German as well, like a German English accent is even
terrifying.
terrifying. And I'm just there and I'm like trying to calm her down. And then she was like just yelling all this abuse at me. And like, I never feel like get this. And in the end, I was just like, fuck it. And then, so yeah, literally like the day before the show, we had to move 140 people to a brand new venue.
You're joking. Did you do it?
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah, we found this amazing, shout out to Goldfinger in Cologne. And like they put...
Give Goldfinger lots of support.
Yeah. Like, go and like them on Google, I don't know, anyway. But like, or leave a bad review on Urania Theatre. Anyway, and Bettina. Yeah, and basically, yeah, it was just awful. And I'd worked with her for like years, and then she started bringing up all this shit from like years ago. She's like, well, I gave you, you know, I never asked for any higher 2 years ago when you didn't sell any tickets and you cancelled the show. And I was like, that wasn't what happened. Like, that was not like, anyway. And it was like, she started bringing up all this
The thing
other
is
shit.
with touring as well, right? When you sell out a venue, they're all about you. If there's a little bit of work to be done, they're like, put it all on you. They take no responsibility. Everyone's your best mate when you're selling out. And weirdly, sometimes even when you sell out, they make things awful for you. I was doing a show the other night with my mate up in Wick, and it was sold out. It was over 450 tickets. We get there, right? We'd driven 6 hours to get there. Yeah. And they said, have you got someone to do your tickets for you? To check tickets on the way in.
I hate that.
And he's like, are you insane?
Yeah.
What, you think we have a little like ticket checker in our boot, like cable tied up, like
a little grandma,
let them out, go get out there and check those tickets and shut up, and then you get back in the boot.
But that's it, like that's why I
Talking
have like
about, that's literally your job. You're front of house. Yeah. Your job is to check tickets when people come in at the front of the house.
Yeah. It happens to me all the time. Like I literally have to get my PA to like email out like even like a week out, 2 weeks out, like a couple of days before the show, being like, do you have a door person? Do you have the tech? Do you have this? Like, it's just like, otherwise you rock up and they're like, you don't have a door person. And you're like,
the one I hate the most is that when they give you a really big hire fee and then they charge you for a tech as well. So they charge you $2,500 for a venue, and they're like, if you want a tech, that's extra. And you're like, oh, so what? There's not a tech included in the fucking $2,500. You fucking scumbags.
I mean, I like. There's ones that I know where it's like it literally is like it's like a I don't know like a deposit of like say €500, and then on top of that it's still 70-30 split or 60-40 split, and you just look at it and you're like, and then they don't do any.
They do nothing.
Nothing. Like,
I got a breakdown. And I had to double check it, and I sent it to 2 other pals of mine who are promoters, and I said, can you just have a look at this and tell me what you think? And I didn't say anything about it. Basically, it's if you sell like $12,500 worth of tickets, you got less than 5. And then you have to pay all your costs on that. Then you got to pay tax on that, and then all the other stuff. And I'm just there going, what business model would this work for anything else? No. Do you get what I mean? Like if you were told that you sell apples, for example, and then you only, you're just like...
There's a lot of like Live Nation venues that do that. Like there's a venue that I like in Europe, and I was like, and they were like, yeah, it's like €3,500 to hire, and it was like 140 seater, and I was like...
What?
I was like,
you're not even going to break even on the tickets.
I know. Like, and that's the thing. You just kind of go like, what's like what? But it's like all messed up. So, but anyway, like I think as a comedian, like it's good that we don't have to deal with at least like these HR managing.
Well, the thing is as well, right? You guys have to deal with shitty management, right? And I do feel sorry for people in that position. However, you get to clock off and you get to go home.
Yeah, true.
Whereas we have to deal with like people for the entirety of the tour, and then you're trying to get paid off them. So we've got potentially 50 managers like that. throughout our tour.
Chasing money.
And then it's like an abusive relationship. After the tour is finished, we have to go back to them next year. Be like, hey guys, can we come back and do our show again?
Oh yeah, I think I did that once. I think I sent I sent a really horrible email to like a venue in Oslo, and like, because it was terrible. Like I was paying so much money for this venue that was like dirty. Like it was like they didn't even care that I was there. Like it was awful.
Yeah.
And then the next year I was like emailing them to come back, and they're like, I thought you didn't like this place. And I was like, yeah, touche. Why am I even coming back? Yeah. Anyway, but that's our little bonus episode for you Patreon moles.
Thank you all, Patreon moles, and we will see you all next time. Peace out, moles.